What's up, and welcome back to the Scuff Test Podcast for episode number 265. We're recording like 4 days after the last one. We got nothing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We have now met the quota. We have made it for episode 265. I think we call it good here.
Works for me. Works for me.
There is an upload.
The reason we are doing it so early is, well, it'll come out the same time as normal, but for us it's so early is because I'm going to be gone all next week and he's going to be busy looking at apartments. So really don't have time to record on Monday or Tuesday like we normally do.
Yep.
So
part of me was thinking we should wait until tomorrow night just because then we have like the dart banquet to talk about. But
right.
Because of recording Dueling Fates today, I basically missed stream anyways. I don't like starting a stream this late. Most people aren't around because normally I'm like nearing the end of a stream at this time.
Right.
So it's like, I'm not going to do that as much as I hate missing another stream. This week has been.
I was a little curious because usually, my phone pops up with that you're live and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was
so Grayson has this thing about liking to record Dueling Fates at about what would normally be the 2-hour mark in one of my streams.
Oh.
So I can't stream before it, and then I can't stream after it because Grayson's an asshole. So,
yeah. I just got done facing him in college football.
Nice.
That was
Did you
rough.
lose?
Yeah, I should have beat him, but
oh my god,
He came back. I left way too much time on the. I planned on running out more time than I did, but he left my tight end wide open, and so I scored a lot faster than I wanted to, and gave him way too much time.
You gotta double tap X at like the 2-yard line and go down. Run some clock.
Yeah.
You gotta be smarter about it.
Yeah, I should have. But I thought, well, maybe my defense has been stopping him. And he goes out there, runs one play, and then the next play, blown coverage. He throws a deep ball, and I got one DB that's like his speed's only like a 85 or something like that. And he ran a play where it was just so basically his number one wide receiver, which is also his fastest wide receiver, they flip-flopped. And so it was a mismatch, and he got burned by like 10 yards. It's like,
That'll happen.
Damn it. Then I was like, well, shit, I got 11 seconds in a dream. I aired it out. He intercepted it, and it was over. So, but I was down like 3 touchdowns and came back, so I at least made him sweat a little bit.
You saw his face
also,
and it gave him hell.
But also, dude doesn't know how to punt the ball.
You don't know how to kick
like,
the ball. I feel like that's the same thing.
He went for it on 4th down in his own 20-yard at on a 4th and 11 or something like that, or 4th and 10. Which I kind of thought that was a rule that you couldn't do stuff like that, but I don't know. Whatever. I mean, it ended up backfiring on him on that one. He did complete the pass, but he was about 3 yards short from the first down, which is why the whole reason I kind of came back in the game, because then I started stopping him and scoring him from then on. But I don't know. It's weird. You go from one person to the next, and it's totally different play styles.
Yeah, welcome to football.
Yeah.
Ugh.
My play style is pretty much the same.
Speaking of football, the Seahawks might be the dumbest team of all time.
You think so?
They traded Geno Smith for a 3rd-round pick. You traded a probably top 10 quarterback for a 3rd-round pick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they traded Geno a couple hours ago, and it's got to be the worst thing of all time. That, and then Twitter's been fun, because I watched Miller tweet out that, seeing the reaction to this Geno trade. has got me realizing how underrated Geno Smith is in the public opinion. And then 4 seconds later, someone, like, it was literally less than a minute later, someone we are mutuals with that we know saw the tweet, made their own tweet saying, Geno Smith's so underrated, man. It's like, can you have an original thought? Please. It's driving me nuts. Can somebody have an original thought? My original thought is Raiders to the Super Bowl. Raiders Vikings Super Bowl next year. Thoughts, opinions?
The same Raiders I watched last year?
Well, no, because they now have Geno.
I don't care. Have you seen that organization?
You mean the one that now has Tom Brady running it? With a new coaching staff, new GM. They have a Super Bowl winning head coach on their roster. An actual real Super Bowl winning head coach, not Mike McCarthy.
Mm-hmm. I could see it 2-3 years down the road.
No.
Maybe.
This year.
Not next year.
I'm calling it.
For this year, whatever.
Calling my shot. Watch them spend all this money fixing the team. Just watch.
Fuck the Raiders, Bills, Vikings.
The Bills ain't doing shit.
You're probably right, but
what did the Bills just do? Josh Allen's trending. Did he die?
Oh.
Oh. No. There's a picture of Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
Just makes me sad. All right.
Must be nice to have a lot of money, huh?
You don't get to say that, because even for you, it must be nice for all of you assholes just to be able to find love. Bitches. Hate all of you.
I mean, you'll have a better shot when you move.
This is undeniably true.
Yeah.
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 What am I supposed to talk to people around here about? Like, it's weird because I am still way more country than people think.
Mm-hmm.
In a lot of the things I'm like can and able to do. I just don't like them the way everybody else does. Like, you enjoy hunting. I don't find the joy in it. I just find the joy in the food I get later. So worth it. Like, there is no joy in that for me. It's like a job. It's like I'm gonna go.
Right. You don't want to work for it, but you want money. So
right. It's like, all right, I guess. But it's like I wouldn't go out every weekend. It's like I'm gonna go as many times as needed to get the animal, but I'm not like gonna offer to go with other people and help them also. It's like, no, I'm gonna do mine.
See,
then I'm gonna go home.
It's not just about the meat for me. It's like, for me, it's almost like having a job that you enjoy doing.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I can be out there. A lot of times I do like to go with other people. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But a lot of times I end up going by myself, and it's like, I don't know. It's like a sense of peace.
Yeah.
Like when I'm out there by myself, nothing but my thoughts and nature. And it's a weird sense of peace.
That's one of the things I hate the most about it is I got nothing but my thoughts and nature.
Right.
It's not a good mix.
Yeah, but the thing is, for me, when I do have those thoughts and stuff like that, I don't have anybody else around me to take it out on. You know, because that makes me feel really bad when I think about things like that, and I'm having a shitty day.
Yeah.
And it puts me in a shitty mood. If I'm out there by myself, the only thing that I can be mad at is myself. I can't, accidentally portray that asshole mood onto someone else. So
that is probably the thing I'm worst about. Is not even like trying to be an asshole. Like, I'm not actively wanting to be. It just happens. It's the worst. I hate it.
Yeah, and I'm the asshole punching bag a lot of times.
Because I know you can take it.
Yeah.
And you also get it.
Uh-huh.
You're like, he's not actually serious. He's just going through it. I
know he told me to, die in a fire, but I know he's kidding.
Yeah.
But
Ugh.
Yeah. So,
Dude, that would be. The rumor mill is saying Sam Darnold to Seattle now. And I just. Ah, yes, let's downgrade at quarterback. Gotta be the wildest take. But I'm here for it. I am so sick of this free agency cycle already. I just want it to be over. It's like last year, but it's worse. Because at least with Kirk, we knew what like the argument was for keeping him. Because like it's the same as bringing in Sam Darnold. Do you want to keep him for a year, maybe two, to develop a young guy? Now it's like we already have the young guy. Let Sam go. Don't hamper the team like we already have. And it bugs me. Every report I see is the Vikings are working really hard to bring him back. And then you hear Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi talk, and they're like, Sam was great for us, and we wish him the best in the future. We hope he's able to find what's best for him. It's like, those sound like people who have moved on and don't care. But then every report is like they're trying really hard, and it's like,
right. It's because nobody wants.
It's like they're willing it into the universe, and I just hate it. Stop.
Well, it's because they're scared. They know McCarthy has potential, and they're scared because Sam Darnold. The only reason you guys didn't make it to the Super Bowl last year because Sam Darnold shit the bed. If McCarthy, with his potential, goes through and goes, no, I'm not shitting the bed, and actually gets you there, scary fucking thought for most people.
No.
But I don't know.
Interesting. How old
I
is
am.
he? The Raiders are cutting somebody who's kind of okay at football. He's only 27. Viking.
Is that O lineman or whatever?
Andre James, their center.
Mm-hmm.
Viking. He's not that great against the run. Don't care. He's better than Garrett Bradbury against the pass, which is what matters. Viking. Okay, more of a backup Viking in case Drew Dahlman goes somewhere else. That's who I want. That's a Viking.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
But actually, today I feel fairly accomplished.
Why is that?
Because my folks are all down watching state basketball. I have to take care of the animals and the house and stuff. So I slept in a little bit this morning and got up and went and took care of the animals, and then opened the garage and pulled my truck in there. Oh, first thing I did is I went to town and got oil filter, air filter, and got a tire pressure sensor replaced. That was a $65 bill right there. Stupid. But anyway, got that stuff done, got back to the folks, used the garage to change oil filter, air filter, and then I had a squeaky tensioner pulley, and it was going bad, so I ordered parts. I've been needing to do this, but the part's been here for about a month, and I finally just had the time and the that's just the time to do it. So I decided I better do it now. So and replace the belt, and started the truck up. Everything's running great. And get back home, got all my laundry done, all the dishes done, and I get a phone call, actually while I was doing the dishes, from Aspen. And she goes, hey, I'm parked at this, there's a diner that we like to go to all the time where she's at, in the parking lot, and I have a problem. And I'm like, what's going on? Panics me right away.
Yeah.
God, why do you do that, woman? But anyway, she's like, so I'm sitting in my truck and it's like overheating big time. And I'm like, well, what do you mean by overheat? Is it like a little higher than normal? Or she's like, no, it's like over 260 degrees. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's like peaked out.
Turn it off.
Hot as it can. And I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? She's like, I don't know. Maybe the snow's all packed up in the radiator or something like that, and it's not getting any airflow. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because that shit'll all melt off and stuff. So I was like, So she goes around to the front of the truck and she's clearing out a little bit of snow from the radiator, and she's like, there's like this orange shit all over the snow. She's like, but I know my windshield washer fluid is orange, so I'm like, on the front of the truck though? I don't think so. And I was like, can you do me a favor? I was like, is the hood open? She goes, well, no. I said, do me a favor and pop the hood. She goes, okay. So she goes and opens the hood, and I'm like, okay, now, do you see the clear reservoir that has your antifreeze in it, your coolant? She goes, I can't see. Oh, yeah, I see it. I said, is there any coolant in there? And she's like, I can't really tell. I can't really. I was like, all right, turn me to video. So we video called, and she goes to the side where it's at, and I'm like, all right, lower me down, because she couldn't like see over the hood far enough to see down the. I was like, just get down there and hold me still so I can see if I can see where it's at. It was empty. Like there was like this much in the bottom of the reservoir, and so pretty much empty. And I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, all right, well, can you do me a favor? And do you see a cap on your radiator? And she's like, is that the thing in the front of the truck? I'm like, yeah, the one that's got the. I was like, telling her where the fan is. Right there is your radiator. It's your radiator creates cold air, and your fan blows the cold air onto your engine to keep your engine temperature leveled out. I said, I think your coolant. I don't know if it's your thermostat was sticking or something or whatever, but caused your truck to overheat, which then boiled the antifreeze in your radiator. And I'm hoping that it just boiled over the cap, and all you'll need to do is refill it and it will be fine. But what I'm worried about is your radiator's cracked. And she's like, okay, well, how do I tell that? And I was like, well, honestly, I was like, can you see a cap? And she's like, no, I can't. And I was like, okay, well, there's usually a cover over the top of it, so you can't really see it that well. And she's like, so what do I do? And I was like, well, is your truck still overheating? And because she left it running, and she's like, well, do I shut it off? And I was like, well, don't necessarily shut it off yet, because if you shut it off and everything's really hot, it actually is harder on the truck because your fan's no longer going. Yeah. And so she went and looked, and she's like, oh, it's cooling down. I'm like, okay, where's it at? She's like, it's at like 230. I'm like, okay, well, or it's at yeah, it's like 250, 240 or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, normally it's 210 is your usual where it sets usually for most vehicles. And so I was like, well, she's like, well, do I need to just go to Walmart and get some coolant and stuff? And I was like, well, I'm really worried you have a cracked radiator, so I would go to the dealership, which was lucky for her, right across the street pretty much from where she was at. And it's like, are they open? She's like, yeah, they're open till 6. I'm like, okay, just go ahead and take it there, tell them what's going on, and they'll look it over and make sure everything's okay. She goes, okay. I said, call me after you're done, after they come to figure out what's going on. And 30 minutes goes by, and she calls me back, and she's like, well, my radiator's cracked. I'm like, well, shit. I'm glad I serviced my truck, because now we got to take my truck all the way back to her folks' place. So I get to drive my truck 2 hours up to there where she's at, and then the next day we're driving the rest of the 8 hours to her folks. So luckily got my truck all serviced today. I knew there was a catch as to why I was able to get everything done today. But
Yeah.
weird timing though.
Normally.
And she's like, yeah, my truck's probably going to be in there for about a week or so. I'm like, a week? It'll take that long to replace a radiator, but, whatever. Dealership's got to make their money, I guess. And I just worry. I told her to tell him that they need to check the thermostat or something like that, make sure that everything's working properly, because there has to be a reason as to why the radiator got hot enough to build that much pressure to cause it to crack. So I'm just hoping. I just don't want them to replace, put a new one in there, pay for it, and then 5 days later it overheats and cracks that one too. So I don't know. Gotta love vehicles, man. But
I wonder how those Raiders insiders are feeling now. Sorry, I keep reading things. I'm reading while you're having your fun conversation. I have nothing to add here. Was my You get it.
I noticed.
So, but I was listening. I have nothing to add. So I was letting you go. It was your moment to shine. Apparently a bunch of Raiders insiders this morning were saying that there's steam building within Raiders insiders that the Vikings are going to sign Sam Darnold to a multi-year deal and then listen to offers for J.J. McCarthy. That's just the Raiders fans have been obsessed with the idea that they were getting J.J. McCarthy. So I wonder how they feel now that all of their insiders were so focused on McCarthy and they ended up with Geno.
I mean, they shouldn't be that upset about it. They still ended up with a decent quarterback.
Dude, what do you mean? I don't understand. So it's some Vikings fucking podcast that constantly tweets the dumbest shit. But regardless of what you think, one thing is clear. If J.J. McCarthy truly is their guy, the Vikings are allowing the opposite of what it looks like to show that you trust your guy. Who knows what's being said behind closed doors to McCarthy, so that needs to be factored in. But I'd be pissed the fuck off if I was him. They bleeped out the fuck for some reason on Twitter. So that's the type of people they are. No other organization would allow this type of crap media-wise to fester amongst their highest drafted. Man, what do you want the Vikings to do? They can't control what the idiots like you in the media say. You're the one being stupid every day and tweeting all of the crazy shit that random Raiders insiders tweet. None of them matter. None of them have a clue. You're the one perpetuating this. You're the bad guy. And, like, what are the Vikings supposed to do? Come out and, like, tank people wanting Sam Darnold by saying, yeah, fuck that guy. We hate him. We're letting him walk. JJ's the GOAT.
Right.
Like, everything coming from the team is that they love JJ. They want to rock with JJ. They're cool. Like, you're just trusting other teams' sources and shitty media people. Like, fucking yesterday, Karl Anthony Towns plays for the Knicks now, but he used to be a Minnesota guy. Karl Anthony Towns didn't play against the Golden State Warriors because he was afraid of Jimmy Butler. No, a longtime family friend passed away. He was home mourning. You pieces of shit. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know what you want people to do.
People are just dumb.
Dude, Jesus. Somebody's like, I just don't understand this rise and stuff. Yeah, they're doing Darnold a solid by trying to drive up the market for him. This is the same story that played out with Kirk last year. It's not, though. They legitimately wanted Kirk back to be the bridge quarterback for their rookie, so it wasn't a value drive. Cool, that's a slight difference. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think it's
and all of the actual interest for Kirk or for Sam isn't even like they really want him back. If you read all of the actual reports, it's they are talking to him, but at their number. So the Vikings are probably like, we'll give you 2 years, $30 million. And Sam's like, no, I want this. And the Vikings are like, cool, we'll give you 2 years, $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
But because they keep going back and forth, it seems like they're fighting really hard.
Yeah. No, I think I don't know. I think it's because the Vikings are actually a good organization, and most people can't stand that. Like, they're not going to just shit on somebody just because they can. They actually want the best for every athlete that plays for them, even if it's for a short period of time.
Somebody did finally say that they have said that JJ's the future. And please show me when they said that this offseason. Not once have they said that to my knowledge, but I may be wrong. You're wrong again, because you're never right. Your name is the Purple Persuasion, but you're only persuaded to being a fucking dumbass.
Only persuaded by outside sources that don't matter.
Like, good God.
Let's listen to every other
Also,
team's
that's
source and not
true.
my own.
Like, when it comes to this, why are they so interested in Darnold? It's like, maybe they're not. There's a lot of talk. They could have already signed Sam Darnold. They could have placed the franchise tag on him, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
The actions are kind of speaking louder than the words of Adam Schefter, man. The actions keep telling me Sam's not coming back. The words keep telling me he is. I remember a lot of words in my life.
Right. I don't know. Maybe Sam will stay, but the only way I see it.
God, yeah, they're just trying to bump his value. Yeah, is a third-round comp pick really worth it? You can't spend all week bitching about never having draft picks, and then when the team's trying to help with draft picks, go, well, our draft picks really worth? Shut the fuck up. You're done. Get out. I'm this close to blocking this idiot.
Like, yeah, if you can get something out of him, why not? You're probably going to let him go anyway. The only way I see him actually staying at Minnesota is if he's like, backup QB behind JJ.
Right?
Wouldn't be a bad backup.
That will be fun when Sam Darnold is a Seahawk and we get JJ versus Sam next year in Seattle. But it won't be fun for Sam Darnold, because what was the struggle with Sam? He struggles really bad behind a poor offensive line. Seattle's offensive line is millions of miles worse than ours. Jonathan Grenard might kill him. It might just be death.
Death by snoo.
No, not that.
Oh. I want death by snoo.
I'm sad. We sent requests to go look at apartments in Denver, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And scheduled stuff, but one of them disappeared before we could apply. It was only up for like a day. It was so nice, though. I'm very sad.
Oh, well, the nicest of the nice, you kind of have to be there ready with your money in hand.
And even then, it might not matter, but it's just one of those like, damn, bruh.
Because a lot of times those places have people personally, they're like, hey, we're going to have an apartment up soon, if you're interested.
Yeah.
Yep. I been recently looking at a house here in our town.
Yep.
And $180,000 for the house. I'm pretty sure I can't afford it. The payments on it. But I'm going through the process, filling out the application and all that stuff, just so I can run the numbers and see what I'm looking at for payment. My own math that I did, I was thinking, at I put it at a low 6.4% interest.
Yeah.
And that puts me at like a $1,200 a month payment just for the mortgage payment.
That's not that bad.
Not bad. Till you add insurance on top of that. Then you're looking at $1,600 to $1,800 a month, plus utilities and shit on top of that. So, um, yeah, unless that payment per month is, $600-700, which is what it would have been if I were purchasing this house in 2019. But also the other hard part is trying to. I don't have a credit score, so
Yeah.
I've been pretty much, as far as being in debt, not been in debt since 2015.
Right.
And you know how shitty the fucking credit score system is. Oh, if you're not in debt, we can't keep your credit score up. So we're going to tank it or get rid of it altogether. So good luck with that. So then there's a way you can create like a I can't remember what it's called. It's basically like a makeshift credit score. So like you can build it out of other means instead of just being like car payments or home loans or stuff like that. You get, or credit cards. You can do it by your utilities, your monthly utilities, your streaming services, your stuff like that, or maybe your monthly internet bill, or you can kind of get a, but you had to have had it with it for at least 12 months. The only thing I've had for 12 months is streaming services.
Right.
So I don't know. My realtor is doing her best to try and see if I could even get a home loan. It'll be easy once Aspen's here because she's got like an 800 credit score. So I can just co-sign with her if we ever decide to get a home. And it'll we'll be able to get lower interest that way anyway. So but I'm just trying to go through the process, A, for knowledge purposes, and B, so I can kind of get it in my head what I'm looking at for a monthly payment for the average house today.
Yeah.
So far,
oh,
kind of sad.
That's like the second most intriguing project I've ever heard of. Apparently, George Lucas, this is the first I've ever heard about it, but apparently their details just came out about his canceled show called Star Wars Underworld. There were 60 scripts nearly complete, so like 60 episodes. The episodes were dark, sexy, and more violent than anything that had come prior. It would have cost $40 million an episode.
Oh my God.
They were going to have John Williams do the score for every episode. It was scrapped because it was too expensive, and it would have blown up the entire Star Wars universe. Disney definitely wouldn't have offered to buy after. Interesting. But I'm like looking at the article now. So the series was spearheaded by George Lucas and producer Rick McCallum in the late 2000s, so like 2008-9. It was said to explore the criminal underbelly of Coruscant, offering a darker, grittier take on the galaxy far, far away. However, despite over 60 scripts being nearly finished, the project was scrapped after Disney bought the rights due to its astronomical budget. Makes sense. I still kind of want it, though. McCallum shed new light on the doomed project, revealing that the lowest budget he could get it down to for each episode, due to the technology needed, was $40 million. That's the lowest they could do.
Jeez, I'm here for the. I'm curious about the sexy part of that.
It was supposed to be 100 episodes long, which would make the production. It would have made the production budget for the show over $4 billion.
Holy shit!
That's what Disney paid for the entire IP that is Star Wars. Oh my God.
But Twi'lek strippers.
Wow. Beyond the TV series, Star Wars Underworld. Oh, that was also directly linked to the video game that we never got, Star Wars 1313. I was so excited for that game.
Yeah, never happened, sadly.
Nope. That one didn't happen, and neither did the Darth Maul game. That was done. It was finished, and Disney never released it when they bought. Yeah.
Bastards.
Oh, there's test footage? Hold on. I gotta mute this tab. Oh, there's 10 minutes of it. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh. I mean, it's not as good as it would have looked when it released, but it's still not bad. Oh, and that's... Oh, those are stormtroopers. Wait, why are those stormtroopers? Would it have been set after the fall of the Republic? Interesting. My brain was thinking prequels because that was like the height of the galaxy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Someday.
You're not looking forward to it?
No, it's gonna be sloppy, muddy.
True.
Unless they walk us over to the track and let us do it on there, but that's just boring.
Do it there.
Yeah.
Oh. Anything else?
12 laps around the lap.
Wonder.
What?
It's so close. We are like, maybe we're like a month away from Andor season 2, so I might.
Oh.
I might. Oh.
I was just about to ask you about that.
I'm so excited. I still hate Disney for it, though. Why did you wait to start any marketing for it until like last week? This is going to be apparently the most fucked up piece of Star Wars media in history.
Really?
Yeah. Because they're doing, what was it even called? My brain, November. Yeah. Well, this is going to be a rough time for all those keep the politics out of Star Wars people, because Andor is, I mean, Star Wars is political, but goddamn, Andor is something else. I want to be moved by the time it comes out just so I can have my pretty TV for seeing all of this. Star Wars on that TV is going to make me irrational. So when I opened it just to make sure it was like functioning, and then I spent an entire night just watching movies because, like, who knows when I'm going to get to look at this TV again. One of the first things I did wasn't even the entire movie, but it was like watching The Last Jedi, because the throne room fight scene, like in Snoke's throne room, the big red room, is so gorgeous. And then right after that, the, hyperspace ship collision is just incredible. And then Interstellar on that TV was nuts.
I'm sure.
Oh,
I made Andy laugh today.
Oh yeah.
In our little chat. Yeah, let me read this to you. Because Heath had posted in our chat, they have like so Squatch soap.
Yeah.
Like the bars of soap
Dr.
or whatever.
Squatch, yep.
So he's got new soaps out that are Star Wars themed.
Yeah.
It's like, so you got Only Hope soap, Dark Side scrub, Wisdom wash, which has a picture of Yoda on it.
Yeah.
And Ruthless rinse, Legendary lather, and Wisdom. And what's the other one? Birchwood's breeze or something like that. Anyway, they got a bunch of pictures of Star Wars characters and stuff like that. And so he posted that, and then Andy said, "Ha ha ha ha." Then he said, dark side scrub for your nethers. And then I was like, I did the, bend over you will. And then quoted Yoda's voice.
Yeah.
And he goes, yes, master. And I'm like, chosen one you are.
Oh my God.
We told you
stop.
would have.
Ugh.
And he just said a whole bunch of laughy faces.
So, yeah, the reason this is going to attack the get politics out of Star Wars people, the Gorman Massacre will be shown in Andor Season 2. This event involves stormtroopers slaughtering tens of thousands of peaceful protesters in order to display power that would cease any form of resistance. In Legends, Tarkin lands his ship on top of the protesters.
Oh!
Ha! The get politics out of Star Wars guys are not gonna like the fucking what is it, Tiananmen Square recreation in Andor. That's what it is, man. Oh, I'm so excited for this show.
This show is straight up just going into communist China.
a TV show that is
Murdering protesters.
hyping itself up by teasing war crimes is incredible. Oh. I'm gonna spend the first 10 minutes after we're done here watching that goddamn Star Wars Underworld test footage, though.
Ugh. I like Star Wars.
There was a 2-part episode that would have involved Darth Vader descending into the lower levels of Coruscant to personally quell a rebellion. Think about how gruesome that would have been.
Well, he's pretty good at it. Pretty good at, murdering not just the men, but the women and children, too.
What happened? All these people talking about how they hate this test footage and how it looks and how it was filmed and how bad it is. But I thought everything George Lucas did was perfect.
No, there's no such thing as perfect for a Star Wars fan. They'll bitch about one thing, so then they'll change it to make them happy, and then they'll bitch about something else. And then they just, people have decided, especially Star Wars fan, that I'm not going to be happy no matter what.
Yeah.
I can't be content with anything.
I need to come over to your house and fix your mic at some point.
My mic?
Yeah.
Is it that bad?
Well, no, every once in a while when you talk, it sounds like there's, like, it's not loud like a helicopter, but there's like a fucking wop, 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 wop sound in the background. I don't know what it is.
Oh?
Yeah, that's not the best way to describe it. Maybe when this episode comes out, you'll hear it and get what I'm saying.
Oh, maybe.
But I don't know. I don't know.
That's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. What else did we know?
It could be because the mic's actually like sitting on my desk.
Why is it on your desk?
Because I've just been too lazy to reattach it to the desk to where the arms like got it up off the desk, because that piece that holds it on there has slipped off, and I'm just lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started watching the Daredevil Netflix show. It's on Disney Plus now, but remember, like, a long time ago, well before Disney Plus and stuff, when did the Daredevil show start? Come over here.
Daredevil.
You know, the comic book character, you freak.
Oh. Okay, I was like, why does that seem familiar? Now I know.
When did it release? 2015. So, really the height of the MCU. But because it was on Netflix, it like wasn't considered part of the MCU, they like talked about MCU stuff, but like very vaguely because the MCU didn't want to incorporate it. And then the MCU got the rights to all of those shows back and then decided, actually, we're going to use all of those and they're canon now and we're making Daredevil Born Again. Because remember, Daredevil's in Spider-Man No Way Home and then he's in She-Hulk.
Right.
And it's the same guy. So Daredevil Born Again is coming out. It's the like new seasons of this show. And it just came out, but I'm not caught up on the original 3 seasons. So I've been watching them to get caught up so I can watch the new ones. And it's pretty good.
Huh.
Much
Might have
better
to
than the
watch it.
2003 Ben Affleck Daredevil, let me tell you. Much better.
I could imagine.
He's a really good lawyer. That is still maybe my favorite line in the entirety of the MCU. After he catches the brick, you know, the blind guy catches the brick coming in from behind him. How did you do that? I'm a really good lawyer.
That makes no sense.
Who cares? He's a really good lawyer, man. Who cares?
Right? I could use a good lawyer for the atrocities I'm about to commit.
Oh, there it is. Ugh. Yeah. I like that. LeBron, I'm glad this guy's not being a douchebag about it. So Stephen A. Smith had made some comments on one of the ESPN shows about how LeBron's son is only in the league because he's LeBron's son.
Mhm.
And that's not entirely true. I think Bronny would have been drafted no matter what. I do think he has gotten real NBA minutes because he's LeBron's son, because the entire point was to get them on the same court together because of the story. But like in the G League, he's been great. I think there's a real world where he's never going to be LeBron, but he's like a decent enough NBA player. He has the talent. It's just whatever. But Stephen A. Smith was talking about it. So Stephen A. Smith was sitting courtside at a Lakers game, and after the game, LeBron went over and confronted him and like just was yelling at him about stuff. And Stephen A. Smith made a comment about it today. He's like, that wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. LeBron clearly took exception to some of the things I said. He elected to confront me while I was sitting courtside, and he feels like I was slighting his son. I'm just glad he didn't go, yeah, that bitch is fucking... I just love how LeBron got slandered for 22 years, said nothing. They mentioned his son one time, and he's like, all right, motherfucker, we're throwing hands.
I did see something about that today.
Yeah. I don't get what the slander is for LeBron. Like, I don't know that understand.
That's just when you're great at something. I don't know if it's jealousy or just people can't stand the fact that you're great, but when you're great at something, there will be people out there that try to slander you to make either themselves feel better or people that they care about, you know, make them feel better about the people that they care about. So I don't know. It comes with being an all-time great, I guess. It's like Tom Brady. A lot of people hate Tom Brady, but you can't like not say he wasn't if not the greatest quarterback ever to play the game, you know. And it's not like Tom Brady was a big runner or anything either. He would just outsmart you. It was like having a coach on the field. He played football for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really hope multiple NFL teams get new uniforms this year.
Doubt it. And if they do, almost guarantee you they're going to disappoint you.
I hope not. I just want the Vikings to get new uniforms already. But I also understand why we can't yet. Because I said it a couple months ago. I don't think Harrison Smith's retiring. But I do think whatever year he retires, you have to get new uniforms for the next season.
Right.
Like, I think you need to have them ready right now. And then if he retires next year, you announce them. If he retires next week, you announce them. I just feel like, you know, when the last player of a generation's gone, it's time to switch it up.
Right. Moving on to a new generation, new era.
Yep.
New possibilities.
Oh, that's insane. So Tyler Lockett got cut by the Seahawks. The Seahawks are clearing house, man. They're gonna suck next year. They've decided.
Yeah.
But somebody posted pictures of Tyler Lockett in the throwbacks that the Seahawks have that are really great. And then some guy had posted concept art of new Seahawks uniforms going back to the silver helmet, really adding the like green back, but they stuck with the navy blue, which I hate, but whatever. But there were concepts for new uniforms, and some guys like insane awareness by me to not use Tyler Lockett in any of my concepts, and somebody's like, careful now, you're gonna jinx yourself into a Geno Smith trade, because that's the guy you use for all the concepts. He jinxed himself into a Geno Smith trade. That's tough. That's tough. That hurts. That's an ouchie.
Are they getting rid of
I mean,
Metcalf also?
Yeah, probably. That's nuts, though. I'm
Metcalf
cursed.
can come play for the Bills for a year.
Nah. Undeserving. You get
Just a
no
year.
receivers. Insane, man. I hope that they do. Dude, the Patriots should get some new What? Never mind Viking. The Vikings weren't going to trade for him, but apparently the Commanders are releasing Pro Bowl defensive tackle Jonathan Allen. Viking.
Oh.
Viking. Viking. The Vikings are going to sign nobody even with all this cap space, and I'm going to kill myself. That's how this is going to go.
Right. And the Bills will sign people with no cap space.
Yeah, but they'll only sign bad players, so it's okay.
Right. Right. Or they'll get rid of our really good players and keep the meh players.
People are insane. I hate people. The Jags need new uniforms bad, man.
Right.
I'm trying to think of all the teams that should do it. Seattle probably should. I think the Vikings should. Because it's close enough. Because, like, Jared Allen wore the new uniforms for, like, a year. Harrison wore the old uniforms for, like, a year. So, like, you could change it now. So, like, Seahawks, Vikings, Jags. I think the Broncos should change them again, but they can't for 5 years. So, whatever.
Right.
I still think the Bills should. I hate the Bills uniforms. I don't think you need to change everything about them, but also you should just like change them up anyways. If you're going to do like new helmets, new pants, just change it all a little bit, freshen it up.
Right. They got good like color clash. They could easily make their uniforms like,
Yeah.
Top tier.
They really need a red or a blue helmet though.
Right.
Like you
I
can
agree.
use the white as an alternate helmet. Just use it as an alternate. Don't wear a white helmet all the time.
Right.
I dislike.
I always thought blue helmets as your normal helmet.
I don't know if they
like
have,
when you're.
Yeah, the Bills. Have the Bills ever had a blue helmet?
I don't think so. Josh Allen had a blue practice helmet.
Yeah. But I mean a
as well as
real
red
one.
But no, I don't think so. But I always thought blue helmets for away games and red helmets for home games,
There you go.
or vice versa.
Josh Allen also wore a black helmet for a practice once too.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
But I mean, just going back to the red helmet would be so much better.
Right.
Bring it back.
The red helmet with the cool, like, blue tinted reflective visor. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't wear that visor, unfortunately, though.
I know.
NFL rules are trash. I don't know
It's
why
stupid.
you can't, but because it's the no fun
Right.
league, I guess.
Yeah.
The
Can't even hit
Patriots
nobody
need new
anymore.
uniforms pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah. The Patriots are irrelevant anyways.
It won't be for that long. I think the Dolphins need new uniforms. I hate the teal that they changed to. Their old teal was better.
Right.
But I hate that all of the Vikings rumors only have to do with Sam Darnold. Like, we have so much cap space. Every player should be rumored to be a Viking at this point.
Right? You could literally just stack the shit out of your team, almost guaranteeing
It's one of those things where, like, nobody ever
Super Bowl
brings it up, but, like, hey, guess who was voted again as one of the 3 best organizations to play for by every player in the league? Oh, Minnesota.
Right.
They have the best everything, including what I think is the most important to most of these guys. Minnesota's the only team to get over an A in the way that they treat their families every single year. The Vikings have daycares that they offer in the stadium for the players' kids.
That's wild.
Like, the Vikings take care of your shit. Like, so that's why how do the Vikings end up with so many free agents every year? Because people want to be there. They're a good team that, like, treats their players really well. So
Daycare for players would be awesome for people like Tyreek Hill. That motherfucker, even though he makes millions probably between, child support and fucking daycare, he probably has to play football in order to not go broke.
What is this guy saying? What do we do? Who do we sign? Dude, if we could give me Milton Williams and Jonathan Allen on that defensive line. Oh, my God.
Not allowed.
Give me them both. Then give me Drew Dahlman. Then give me Drew Dahlman. Give me Will Freeze, whatever. Give me both of them. Because then suddenly we get to take Caleb Johnson in the first round of the NFL draft, and we are the best offense in football. Caleb Johnson, the running back out of Iowa. I have finally started watching prospects. He's not better than Genty, but I like him more than Genty.
Really?
Yeah. Like, Genty is the better player, but there's just something about the way Caleb Johnson plays that I like more. I want Caleb Johnson to be a Viking so goddamn bad.
Right. Vikings could use an actual running back, too.
Yeah. Because Aaron Jones is probably gone. Because we seem to not be wanting to sign him, which, fair enough.
Yeah.
But, true. Next week will be a Hall of Fame moment for Vikings Twitter. We're either going to be insanely happy or burn the site to the fucking ground. I'm sorry. If Sam Darnold was coming back, the deal would already be done. I guarantee it. I stand by it.
Right.
Now, give me Davante Adams, wide receiver 3. Just 'cause. Fucking why not? You know?
Right.
I hate that. The Vikings don't need Davante Adams. Yeah, who cares? Who cares?
Have the strongest receiving core in the NFL.
Yeah, give a first year starter the greatest receiving core in NFL history. Just do it.
Right.
Fuck it. Brian Flores can work with scraps on defense because our offense is going to put up 90 a game. Because how do you cover Jefferson, Addison, Adams, and Hawkinson at the same time? How you do that? Especially if you then draft Caleb Johnson. Because then you got to play the run too. What do you do?
Right.
How you stop that? You pray to the gods and you hope somebody answers. Ugh. Give me Jonathan Allen. God damn it. Give me David goddamn Putney because I want it. Or because I fucking... How does that stupid line go? I do need to watch Draft Day again. We're coming up on NFL draft time. That movie sucks, but it's also so good. Oh, thank goodness.
Mm.
Ugh. Finally, Schefter has come out finally and said some more things. Schefter confirmed to Paul Allen today that there's not a high chance that Sam Darnold's back, which is good. The full transcription. If it were a 0 to 10, what number would you put on Sam Darnold being the quarterback in Minnesota next year? Not high. Not high. Again, as we go over these scenarios, they're all in play, but I think returning to the Vikings is a down low scenario. I don't view Sam returning as likely right now. Shocker.
Right.
It's JJ's team and we're winning the fucking Super Bowl.
Like, I find it funny that like people seem to forget that the only reason Sam was there is because JJ was off the table.
Like, we knew Sam was going to play some amount of time, but I guarantee you after the Jaguars game, JJ would have taken over if he wasn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee it. I stand by it.
Yep.
Oh. You're an idiot. Love that. I just can't wait. Monday's going to be exciting because teams going to start negotiating with free agents.
Mm.
Well, I guess there are some that you can negotiate with already, like Jonathan Allen being a free agent right now. If you get cut, you can be talked to early. It's the people whose contracts expire. They don't expire technically until Wednesday, but the early tampering period is Monday. The legal tampering period, sorry.
Right.
But yeah, give me Jonathan Allen. That's insane. Imagine the story. Because you know who's also a free agent wide receiver? And you know what team just had the number 14 open up? Again. Imagine if Diggs came home. Imagine.
You want that diva back?
I don't fucking care. He's good at football. Who cares?
Right.
It's not like we're asking him to be wide receiver 1 and a leader of the team. We have that. His name is Justin Jefferson. Imagine if the guy you traded away to get Justin Jefferson came back and played with Justin Jefferson.
Right.
I don't know. I just keep saying things.
Like a Diggs be sitting over there, wide receiver 3, bitching and complaining because he doesn't get the ball more.
See, I don't know if he would, though. He would start bitching and complaining if we started losing. That's the issue. He went to Buffalo to win and still didn't win anything. If you go win, I don't think Diggs says shit. Because he either wants to win or wants crazy numbers. You can't give him neither.
Right.
It hurts my soul, but I agree. Byron Murphy and Cam Bynum are probably gone. They're very replaceable. It's okay if they walk. It's just sad. I liked them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's okay. And I mean, we offered at least Byron Murphy a contract. He just turned it down because he thinks he can get more in free agency. And he's probably right. He earned the bag. Go get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Ugh, tough.
I agree.
That would be so funny. if Kirk Cousins gets cut and he's the guy the Vikings bring back to be the backup. Because you could bring Kirk back for like nothing. Because Atlanta's paying him $60 million.
Right.
Like, he wouldn't ask for money. That would be, because he could also start for a week or two if JJ wasn't ready by week 1. He will be, but whatever. That would be really funny. Oh, I'm having too much fun reading dumb things on Twitter right now.
I just realized I'm going to have to go buy a whole bunch of Bill's baby clothes.
Don't worry, I'll send you a bunch of Viking stuff.
I mean, if the Vikings are playing and they're not playing the Bills, sure. And the Bills aren't playing at the time.
It's all fun and games until I convince your kid to be a Vikings fan instead.
No, absolutely not. You won't even be here, so.
We'll see. It's better than being a Bills fan.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You guys know just as much, if not more, heartbreak than the
but
Bills,
way better uniforms.
I mean, I don't know. I have a feeling my kid's gonna like blue more because I like blue. So
Still way better uniforms.
no.
Oof, that's tough. JSN, the Seahawks' only remaining receiver at this point, his brother tweeted at him. He's like, Jackson, wake up. You got to see this. And he's like, dude, I was taking a nap. You lying. He doesn't believe his QB just got traded. Poor guy. You lying. You lying.
No.
This can't be. This can't be.
Search your feelings and you'll know it to be.
Yeah, right. Oh. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right. I don't think we got anything else to talk about. You got anything?
No, I've pretty much exhausted my inventory of information.
Fair. Next time we talk, maybe I will have a lot to say.
Right.
Maybe we'll have to record 3 podcasts in one day so you can help me move.
Yeah, no.
What do you mean?
You won't need help anyway.
Oh, yeah. Do you know how much
You don't
stuff I have?
You don't have any stuff.
Do you know how many boxes are here of stuff that I haven't even been able to open yet?
I'll just Molotov cocktail your room and then you won't have to worry about anything.
No, don't do that. There's so much money worth of shit in here.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.